Hello, Shelley from Spin Cushions here, and today I'm going to show you how to make the first 8 rounds of the Mayan crochet blanket motif. I'm going to make mine in a single colour. I'll let you know if you need to do anything different if you're following my colour changing. Right, now we're going to begin with chain 3 or 4 joined into a loop or a magic circle, as I like to do. Okay, here we go. Now round 1, you can chain 3 starting chain as your first stitch, or you can do a false stitch instead, as I like to do for a more seamless look. I have a YouTube video showing you how to do that if you would like to learn how to do that. And then we need to do 15 trebles UK or doubles US. That's our first round, so 16 stitches in total. So that's 2, 3. I'll continue on and do all of those and show you how to finish off this round. Okay, I've done my 16 stitches, so now it's time for me to pull my magic circle tight and weave in that end really well, properly, if you're using a magic circle. Now we're going to join with a slip stitch to our first stitch. Now if you did a chain 3 starting chain, it'd just be the back loop of your third chain. If you did a false stitch like me, it's just like working into any other stitch. Slip stitch. So there we go. Round 1 done. Okay, round 2 we're going to use some puff stitches, but first we need to do chain 3 starting chain or a false stitch. Then we're going to chain 1 and we're going to do a puff stitch in the next stitch. Now to do a puff stitch you need to pull up some loops all from the same stitch. Now we're going to pull up 4 loops. So we pull up quite a long loop. 1, same stitch, 2, 3, 4. So we've got, I think we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whoops, 9 I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 loops on our hook. Now we're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through all of those loops. So what I do is I pull down with my left hand while I'm pushing up with my right hand as I pull, just wriggle, wriggle, wriggle all the way through. Done. Now we're going to chain 1. Oops. And we're going to do a treble UK or a double US in the next stitch. And chain 1. So we're alternating between a treble or a double and a puff stitch with 1 chain in between them all. I'll do another puff stitch just to show you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over, pulling up and down and all through. That's all there is to it. So I will do that all the way around and show you how to join up. Won't be long. Okay, all of my stitches are done and my chain 1. All I need to do now is join with a slip stitch to my first stitch. So because I use a false one, I've got the 2 loops again. And just joining with a slip stitch. Okay, round 2 done. Round 3 we're going to do 2 double crochets UK terms or 2 single crochets US terms in the same stitch we joined the slip stitch to. So this stitch here. So 2 double crochets UK, single crochets US. 1, 2. Then we're going to do one of those stitches in the 1 chain space. We're going to skip the puff stitch and in the 1 chain space on the other side we're going to do another stitch. And that's our repeat. So we do 2 stitches in the treble or double. 1, 2. Then 1 in the 1 chain space. Skip the puff stitch. 1 in the 1 chain space on the other side. And 2 in the next stitch. So it's double crochets UK terms, single crochets US terms. So we do that all the way around. I'll do that and show you what's next. Okay, I've worked my way all the way around. I just need to join with a slip stitch to my first stitch, which is here. Okay, that's that done. So round 4 we're going to be doing some cluster stitches, but again we're going to start with chain 3 starting chain or a false stitch. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now over the next 3 stitches we're going to do a treble 3 together, UK terms, or a double 3 together, US terms. So begin by doing yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2, and we stop there. Then we begin another stitch in the next one and stop there, and the third stitch we start through 2. So now we'll have 4 loops on the hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on our hook. So there we have a cluster. So we've treble crocheted 3 stitches together, or UK terms, or double crochet 3 stitches together in US terms. Then we're going to chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and do a treble UK, a double US in the next stitch. And we repeat that all the way around. I'll do another cluster to show you. So chain 3 in between them all. So we start a stitch in the next one, yarn over through 2, stop, start a stitch in the next one, yarn over through 2, stop, and one more time, yarn over through 2, stop, then yarn over and through all 4 loops on the hook. Okay, I'll do that all the way around and show you what's next. Okay, all of my clusters and single stitches are done, and my last chain 3 I just need to join with a slip stitch to my first stitch, which I will do now. Alright, now if you're following my colour plan, the Rainbow Bright version, this is where you need to finish off this colour and attach your new colour, not to this one, but to a different single stitch with a standing double crochet UK or single crochet US. If you are continuing in the same colour as me, that's fine. All we're going to do is do a single double crochet UK, single crochet US in the same place stitch we joined up with our slip stitch. Then in the 3 chain space, we're going to do 3 double crochets UK, single crochets US, 1, 2, 3. Now around the clusters we're going to do a front post half treble crochet UK or a half double crochet US. So that's yarn over, insert your hook around the stitch from the front, pull a loop to the front, you've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. It just makes that cluster nice and pointy. You can see that one's quite a bit flat on the top and this one has a nice point now. And in this 3 chain space, again 3 double crochets UK, single crochets US. 1, 2, 3. And in the single stitches we do 1 stitch. I'll do that repeat again. So 3 in the 3 chain space, 2, 3. Now we're doing a front post half stitch around the next one, and then 3 stitches in the 3 chain space. So I'll do that all the way around and show you what's next. Alright, you've got nice pointy rays now, and this point of this ray is important for much later on. You need to be able to focus on where that is. Alright, so now I just need to join with a slip stitch to my first stitch, which is right here. Okay, next round we're going to do chain 3 starting chain or a false stitch, and then in that same stitch we joined our slip stitch to, we're going to do 6 trebles UK, doubles US. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have a 7 stitch group. Then we're going to skip 3 stitches, which are the ones we worked into the chain space, and in this front post stitch we're going to do a double crochet UK, single crochet US. Then we're going to skip 3 stitches again, the ones in the 3 chain space, and in the stitch that's in this single stitch we're going to do 7 trebles UK, doubles US. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Skip 3 stitches, stitch single crochet single crochet US terms, double crochet UK terms in that front post stitch. So we do that all the way around, and I'll show you what happens next. Okay, there we go. It's a good idea to check now that you've got 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because if you don't, you're going to be in all sorts of trouble later on. All right, so now I just need to join up with a slip stitch to my first stitch, which is this one here. Okay, so this is round 6 finished. Now the start of round 7 is the only time when you're not going to be working directly from where you are. Moving on, we actually want to go back to this front post stitch here. That's where we're going to work our first stitch. So we're going to do a front post treble, UK terms, front post WS terms, around this front post stitch from round 5. So you're kind of working backwards just a little tiny bit, but it will all be well. Okay, then we're going to go back to the stitch we joined in a slip stitch. We're going to do a double crochet UK, single crochet US in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Now, in the next stitch, we're doing a double crochet UK, single crochet US, but not in the stitch as we normally would. We're just going to be using the back loop only. Now this is really important. This is where we start to form our V shapes that you will be familiar with from the pattern. Then we do a double crochet UK, single crochet US in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. And now we do a front post treble around this front post stitch from round 5. It can be a little bit fiddly to find because it's only a half stitch, but persevere, I'm sure you'll get it. But if it's too tricky for you to find, just do a front post stitch around this one down here. It'll all be good. It'll work the same. So in each of these 7 stitch groups, we're doing a stitch into 3. 1, 2, 3. Then a stitch into the back loop only of the middle stitch. Then a stitch in the next 3. 1, 2, 3, then that front post stitch again. So we do that all the way around, and I'll come and show you what's next. Okay, so I've done all of my repeats. Now I'm back here, and it looks a little bit like there's extra stitches here, but it's just because of the way we worked a little bit backwards here. So I've done all of my stitches of this round. I just need to join with a slip stitch to our first stitch, which was that first front post stitch we worked a little bit backwards. So if you see, when I join with a slip stitch, it's all good. Okay, it looks just like the other ones. All right, one more round to go for this video, and we are going to start with a front post treble UK, front post WS around the front post stitch below. We're going to be doing that for a while, for the next few rounds. Then we're going to do a treble UK WS in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. In the next stitch, which is the one that we worked into the back loop only, we're going to do 3 stitches, 3 trebles UK, 3 doubles US. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do a stitch in the next 3 stitches, trebles UK, doubles US. 1, 2, 3. And then we're back to the start of our repeat again, which is a front post stitch around the front post stitch below, a stitch in the next 3 stitches. Just be careful you don't miss that first one because it can get a little bit hidden behind this front post stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 3 stitches in the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, then a stitch in the next 3 stitches. So 3, 3 and 3 and a front post stitch. Okay, so I'll do that all the way around and show you how to finish off. Okay, repeats all done. All that's left for me to do for round 8 is join with a slip stitch to my first stitch, which is that front post stitch. Now if you are following my rainbow colour plan, this is where you would finish this colour off. If you're continuing on, then just leave it as it is. So there you go, rounds 1 to 8 of the Mayan crochet blanket motif. I will see you soon with the next part. I hope you have fun making it. Bye.